Football. Goal. Offside. List me some other footballing terms I'm missing.
Fucking hell! It's like recording with Alan Partridge. God.
Offside.
Shit! Did you see that? He's got a foot like a traction engine.
Corner. VAR. Yeah. I sound like someone who doesn't follow football. I love football. Well, I support Arsenal, so do I like football or do I just enjoy football?
Or do you just like BDSM?
Yeah,
We'll never know.
do I just love hate of it's like I know what's going to happen watching Arsenal. I know they're going to disappoint me, but I'm watching anyway. But yeah, you've clicked on this video. You know what's going to happen here. We're going to weigh up FIFA versus Pes, and we're going to give you an ultimate king. You're probably not going to agree with us. I'm not even sure if I agree with us at this point. But I'm joined once again by the always offside Matt Clemens.
It's funny because it's slightly true. I spent most of my time outside at school football.
How you doing today?
No.
Mate? Well, because I was there in
Were you
spirit.
the linesman? If so, you were a bastard.
Just waving it at the flag again, like, God damn it, Matt. How you doing today, mate?
You
You
bastard
alright?
in black.
You alright today? You good? You awake?
Yeah,
You
I'm
alert?
good. I'm good.
As much as you can be. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Welcome to lockdown.
Lockdown 4. Who knows at this point?
Lockdown 4. We're still here.
Yeah.
Question mark.
It's a new year. Yeah, let's hope 2021 is better. Let's kick us off. Kick off. Another football pun. One that I missed.
Jesus fucking.
So we're just going to jump straight into this because there's no point in any more preamble. You want to know what we think about these different games. I assume that's why you've clicked on our stuff. If not, you're looking for a fight and Matt's getting his gloves off.
Yeah. Because I fight me fans, I fight everyone. And it's Matt fighting round the world.
Matt fights his fans. Fighting round the world. So if we just hit off some different headings and then we'll say who does it better. Got it?
Alright.
Sounds fair. So because I've written a few notes here. So we've got ball movement. I've said that Pes has better ball movement than FIFA.
Yep.
I think it's very difficult to argue with that because you can see when you pick up a ball and you start dribbling, you can see the way that the ball moves in its own sort of physics on the ball itself, not the player, the ball. It is more realistic the way it kind of sticks in the grass, whereas FIFA glides along the top of the grass. It's like the grass isn't even there as a factor.
It's like carpet football. It just moves.
Look at the difference of Volta and a normal kickoff. The ball moves in exactly the same way. So tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you?
No.
Exactly.
I can't really.
Yeah, I would always pick it up and I always prefer the ball physics of Pes just because it's much more true to life. You play football games because you like football. It's obviously with the territory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we give a good old tick to Pes.
Yep.
Presentation.
Ooh. That's FIFA hands down for me. I mean, well, as I say, FIFA is basically what you would get if you basically just tuned on to Sky Sports or BT Sports to watch the football. I mean, PES, I would. PES does have little things like in it, like you have like the tunnel cam, and that kind of stuff, which does add it because that's usually the first thing you see before kickoff.
Yeah.
Not just watching two players on a wide angle, just two sets of teams walking out the thingy.
It's the presentation, yeah. Seeing these are the players in the tunnel, they're coming out now. The bit that you can't see if you're in the stadium. It's giving you that little bit extra. Yeah. But I think it was you that told me that FIFA plays like if you're watching it on TV. Pes plays as if you're playing it.
Yeah. That's the thing I get. It's like, yeah, Pes. Yeah, it's not great. Like the commentary just feels like someone just pressing like certain commands saying like, "Oh, say this, commentators." Yes, he's kicked that ball quite far. And like,
Oh, it's
yes,
robotic as hell. But then in the other
but
corner, you've got FIFA of the same script of what was it? 3 of the best, and he's made them pay. I hear that in my nightmares.
I thought it was what was it? What was it, like the player like Lukaku in Pes. It's Lukaku.
Oh God, yeah, and it's Lukaku. Like, oh dear. And yeah, the commentary is probably equally as bad, but I would say presentation-wise, you got to give it to FIFA. You have to. Like it makes a big event feel big. Like if you were playing a Champions League final, because they now have the Champions League licenses, or FA Cup final, as an example, they feel a lot bigger as events as you play them. Whereas Pes just feels like another game. It feels like another kickabout. So we give FIFA that little tick, little ding.
Yeah, FIFA can have that one.
FIFA can have a ding.
Yeah, bit of a ding.
Passing. I've said passing as its own movement because both of the passing game is very different, and I think it's worth bringing it up.
Yes.
So I would say FIFA passing feels a lot more better weighted. You can ping a cross ball, and it just lands where you want. Well, sometimes it lands where you want it to go.
Sometimes.
Whereas Pes just feels way too robotic for me. It feels way too much like Actua Soccer 03. It just doesn't feel that true.
I feel kind of the opposite way. Like, as we're saying, like the ball the ball movement in Pes, as we said, is way better. So like when you do like ping across in Pes, it does feel like weight. There is an actual weight to it. There's a weight on the cross, and you can judge where to put it. Whereas FIFA, for me, I don't get that feel. It just, as I say, it just feels like I'm trying to ping and like pass the ball along some carpet.
Yeah.
And just like.
But that's the thing. It's like I say that the physics for Pes are better because they are, but in a dribbling sense, it's better. In a passing sense, FIFA's better, which is what blurs the lines. I'll admit, but it just feels a lot better pinging a ball across and seeing it land. Whereas Pes, I just don't. I don't know. It just doesn't feel as cathartic enough.
I mean, as I was saying, like, I think it's just, as I say, it's a stretch from FIFA. Like Pes is quite, it's quite pass and move, it's quite a pass and move game. Whereas FIFA is a bit more, as I was saying, you of all people should understand, it is loft ball to the quickest guy and watch him run through 16 players.
Yeah.
Do trick moves like an absolute twat and then put a goal in and do the shush celebration to really rub it in.
Yeah. That is the biggest problem with FIFA. Is it's not a case of skill. Well, there's an element of skill to it, but if you play Ultimate Team, you could pick your favourite striker or pick a good striker, and it doesn't matter because there's OP players that are magically faster than light and just ridiculous to play. And that is you set up every single game with striker getting behind, through ball, bang, there you go.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like sort of personally in terms of the football and things lean towards Pes because it just feels like you're playing football, whereas FIFA it's pass it to the fast guy and then just do the rest.
It's like Fresh Prince Bel-Air. Pass to Will. Pass to Will.
Yeah.
I agree with you, though. And that... Okay, so we'll stick that in a tied. We'll go one for each. Or we'll just stick it in a tied section. I'll do the graphics later.
Tie.
I would say this is probably... I'm not sure if it's a point to any or a minus to any or whatever. Both have their own version of Ultimate Team, which I think is a bad thing. Because both are trying to do the same thing, and I think Ultimate Team is bad anyway. Look, I haven't played FIFA 21. I don't feel a need to play 21 because I played Ultimate Team on 20 a lot. It was my go-to. I'd pick it up because I was bored, and I love football, and I just wanted to play it. I ended up unpacking an unbelievable team. I was getting Messi, I was getting Neymar, I was getting blah, blah, blah. And then I realised, if I get FIFA 21, all this team vanishes. All this good team that I've built is gone. So why would I start again?
I think that's my problem because I never really play Ultimate Team. I'm more play like kick-off or do career mode or an occasional online match, but I do not touch Ultimate Team with a stick.
Yeah.
Or 10-foot barge.
Yeah.
Because it's just... it's just... You could build this... Yeah, as you said, you build this amazing squad, but then 12 months later, you're playing the next one and you're saying, I've got to do this all over again. Like, really?
Yeah.
And
it just seems like a really big waste because you get onto the microtransactions and then people will spend loads and then by the time the next year rolls around, all that is a complete waste of time. It's all completely gone. So what's the purpose
people
here?
spaffing probably 300-400, maybe even 500 quid on their Ultimate Team is completely spaffed up the wall because
in 11 months it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, because I think is it like EA's thing is like I think it's the game is like online for like 2 years and then they shut it down.
Yeah.
So once the next FIFA goes round, FIFA 20 is going to be closed down.
Yeah.
Well, online wise.
Yeah. I've always said that they don't have a long enough lifespan, and it sucks. It's like the fact that if I was going to buy FIFA now, it's already down to like 20 quid, I think. And it shouldn't be like that. The game was out 4 months ago, but that's because they churn them out so quickly, and it just shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping FIFA? Instead of FIFA 22, what's stopping FIFA doing FIFA football and just updating it?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Use the Nintendo model. Nintendo Switch games are never on sale. They're never you never see Mario Kart for like a tenner because they don't need to. They update it. Well, maybe Mario Kart is a bad example because it hasn't been updated in a while. But not Mario, sorry. What is the fighting game called? Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers, yeah.
That's updated all the time. And maybe these other companies need to learn from that. They won't because they make money regardless. So
yeah.
I just think that the shelf life makes the game a bit of a waste of time.
But given the fact it's a cross-gen game.
Which makes it even more confusing, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a plus or minus to either, that's just a point. Or a minus, or just a nothing to either, that's just a sidestep. Free set pieces, free kicks, corners.
Do you want to, I'm guessing you got a 15-minute rant about the crossing corners and defense.
Sit yourself down, get a brew. No, goes to Pes every day, doesn't it? Come on.
Yeah.
FIFA, what an absolute travesty. Because I think it was 19. The free kicks were so OP. You pick up a free kick from absolutely anywhere in it, you're like, yes, it's in. And then, so 20 and 21 are like near on impossible to score any free kick. Corners, again went through the same thing in FIFA of they were OP as hell. Whenever a corner would come in, you're like, yeah, this is being headed, this is going in. So 20, you're much better just passing it off. Like the corners in FIFA 20 are absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're not the worst, but the penalties are fucking.
oh my god, yeah, they make me wither. It's yeah. So at least Pes has the balance, and it's the balance that's needed. So yeah, I would give that to Pes all day.
Yeah.
Just because it just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
It's
And
better.
it's consistent.
It is consistent. It doesn't. It's not OP one day and doesn't work the next. So that's a point to Pes. What I would also say as well is FIFA seems to have this weird kind of morale mode, which I haven't really seen in Pes. But I don't know if I'm alone in thinking this. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Where you could go 3-0 down, and then you can't string a pass together.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that a couple of times where you just can't get any sort of play together. It's like miss pass here, miss pass there. Oh, 4-0.
It's really weird because you could put up a good fight at 2-0, 2-2, whatever. And then as soon as it hits sort of 3, you can't put two passes together, you can't put two runs together, and then suddenly it's very, 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 very easy to start conceding goals. And it's ridiculous. Like, you'll play online and it's like you'll finish a game and you'll lose 6-0, and you're like, no way was that a 6-0 like game. And it's, I don't know if I'm alone with just noticing that, but it's kind of FIFA bullshit is what the defeated would say, and I am in that camp. But I have noticed that a lot more on FIFA than I have on PES.
Yeah, because I think because we've had a couple of games on Pes, and they've all been quite, fair, balanced games, weren't they?
Yeah, we've had kind of close draws, we've had like 1 or 2-0, and then we've also played a couple games on FIFA, and they've been 5-0 drubbings because you score a lucky goal or two, and then the game decides that, well, this is, you're not going to get back in this. And then it's over, and then you're like, oh, what's the point then?
Yeah. FIFA just goes, oh, you're 2-0 down, right? Bend over, just.
Yeah, it kind of decides that, well, you're not getting back in this, so that's it. And with that reason, point to Pes. Ding.
Oh, really? Yeah, and to the people in the comments saying, oh, FIFA is better, and saying, hello.
Yeah, if you want to tell me that FIFA's better, I'm going to say no. Both have their pluses and their minuses, and I can see the reason of choosing each side. I can, but it's really down to your preference. I mean, a comment that I saw online was saying that PES is too Western, it's too Japanese, whereas FIFA feels a lot more tied in with all their licenses, which in a way I guess makes sense.
Yeah, I would say Pes does have a bit of a Japanese sort of edge to it.
Yeah, which I can see why people could be put off it. I can, but it's down to your preference, isn't it? I mean, each are released yearly. It's just pick a side, really.
Yeah, I mean, I do applaud, because particularly with licenses, because FIFA's pretty much got a monopoly. For the last few years, but Pes have sort of tried to get a bit of a foothold, because I think
Well, it's weird because they've kind of gone through and signed random teams like Roma and Juventus that aren't in FIFA anymore.
Yeah, it is. I do find it weird. Certain teams like Barcelona thing. I think it's just like the stadiums, but. Which is kind of thing, but whereas like Juventus and Roma, it's like full exclusivity. like it's exclusive to their game, which
Yeah.
I I don't really get the logic behind it. It's just a bit petty.
It is. I don't think there's a great deal of logic behind it either. I mean, I'm sure there'll be someone that will be able to give a synopsis to why. Oh, you're playing with the licensed kits and playing with the licensed stadium, and the players are still licensed in FIFA. Don't make a real huge amount of difference, really. It's just the kit and the badge and maybe the stadium, which I can take and leave. Yeah. Other than that, Pes wins 3-1. Go. Yeah.
Cue outrage from FIFA fanboys.
Didn't need extra time for that, boys. So if you enjoyed this, give us a like, follow, and share. What do I call it? The social media shuffle.
Social media shuffle.
Yeah, give us all that good stuff. If you didn't like it, that's fine. You're allowed to not like our stuff. Let us know in the comments what you thought, though. And we will see you in the next one, provided we don't get absolutely crucified for this one. Don't worry, there'll be worse videos to come.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you think we're right now, watch our next video.
Yeah, if you don't like what we're gonna say now, we've got some plan that are going to divide the fan base.
Yay.
All right. Well, everyone keep safe. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.